ọ̀rẹ́ wa ohun àkàrà má bá wọn fi wé ti léèsì ìkànnì ìtayé ń wò ń sẹ̀ yìí Agripreneur Inside TV ni ìkànnì tó ń kọ́ni nípa bí a ti mọ̀ nípa ètò ọ̀gbìn ìgbàlódé ètò ọ̀gbìn ẹja àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ Fàdámà Junction Ajégúnlẹ̀ off Ẹgbẹ̀jìlá road nílùú Ìlọrin nípínlẹ̀ Kwara ibẹ̀ la wà.
Yeah, you are welcome to another edition of Agripreneur Inside TV. Agripreneur Inside TV is an online media platform that creates advocacy and awareness about food security in Nigeria. As we all know, we always bring to you on a weekly basis research and development. And this week on research and development, we felt it is necessary to also start from the home base, being a professional in the field called aquaculture. We are presently at the Better by Far University, now University of Illinois. Department of Aquaculture and Fisheries to engage our researcher, our scholar on the latest and the newest area of research relating to aquaculture and fishery. And with me today as our panelist or our researcher in person of Dr. Lateef Akinwumi FOLORUNSO. He's on sabbatical from Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, to University of Illinois, here in the Department of Aquaculture and Fisheries. Can we please meet you, sir?
Thank you. Good morning, listeners. My name is Dr. Lateef Akinwumi FOLORUNSO from Samaru College of Agriculture, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, and I'm on sabbatical here at University of Illinois, Kwara State. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. You have actually heard from the horse's mouth himself. Dr. Lateef Akinwumi FOLORUNSO is on sabbatical all the way from Zaria down to here in Better by Far University. We shall be engaging ourselves on the latest and the newest research in the area of aquaculture and fisheries. You note that Dr. Lateef's area of specialization is in the aquaculture, agro waste utilization, and apiculture. This particular area is more or less like a kind of the newest area. What we are used to is the nutrition aspect, the management aspect, the taxonomy aspect, but with this agro waste utilization, which shows that some of our waste, some of the things we feel on the farm, their waste can actually be converted to wealth. Sir, what are the latest research and development in this particular field, which is the agro waste utilization and apiculture?
Thank you. In aquaculture, one of the challenges we face, as you have earlier mentioned, is we have fish competing with humans for food. That's why the concept came up that what are the things we can do to make sure fish do not compete with humans for food. And that's why some previous researchers have pointed to the fact that some of the things that we use as waste, how can we improve on those things to be used by animals? So if that is done, there will be less competition between humans and animals. And that's part of the reason why we now felt some of these waste, especially the farm waste, after the crop has been cultivated, some of the waste that are being generated that are of less importance to the farmer, how can some of these things be converted to feed for aquaculture? So, and as a person, some of the things I've done in that area are, one, I've tried to see how maize husk can be utilized. And recently, I conducted a study on how lime can be used to degrade maize husk. It's a study that is presently ongoing, so that at the end of the study, we want to see what are the ways, because this maize husk, it has some materials that cannot be digested. So one, I've tried to use termite homogenate, getting termites, because I saw that termites, they can degrade anything. So we collected termites and collected part of their saliva, and there are some chemicals that are in the termites, so we call it termite homogenate. We use it to digest this maize husk, and it gave us very promising results, and it assisted in reducing some of the fiber fractions there. So that is one. I've also tried to use lime to degrade the maize husk also. The next stage after that has been done is to now see, okay, after this thing has been degraded, then how can we now incorporate it into diet of fish? So that's on that on aquaculture and agro waste utilization.
Yeah, thank you. If I were able to pick from what you have just said, you have been able to analyze the latest research and development in this agro waste utilization. And you mentioned maize ox,
Husk,
if I got that right, maize ox. So and you said some of these maize ox have some
fiber,
fiber
lignin, yeah, that can
that can be used in our
fish
diet.
cannot digest it when they eat it.
So you still need to go
Look
through
for
some processes,
yes.
like a way of processor, like a way of processing to make sure that it's going to be more suitable for fish formulation. Then you also mentioned lime.
Lime,
You
yes.
mentioned the lime down. So which shows that some of this research are the newest research regarding this. Then do you think our students are also acclimatizing with this latest research, or are we still doing it using the old way? Are we involving technology? Are we using AI, which is artificial intelligence,
Yes.
for some of these researches?
Yes, in class, when we interact with them, that's why we have seminars. When we interact with them, we share knowledge. Because apart from having the normal class, there are structured things that they are supposed to know. But during seminars, we interact with them, we interact with the students, and we're able to tell them that these are some of the things that are going on in the industry. Then at times, especially for the final year students, when they want to look for project topics, our interaction with the industry assists us in guiding the students to look at what are the areas where they can work on, so that some of these things can be adopted by the farmers. Recently, we carried out a study where a student used uh, used got some fish species and tried to look at their skin
Okay.
to produce leather.
Mm.
The student used 4 species of fish. She collected the fish from Galma Dam in Zaria, and she processed the skin, and it gave leather of different qualities. So that we will be able to tell farmers, because another area we are looking at in aquaculture is everybody should not be culturing catfish and tilapia. Other fish species can be cultured, but these other fish species, one, we don't have a proper understanding of their way of life. Two, some people don't eat them for several reasons, for cultural reasons, for taste. But we are also trying to say, okay, what are the products that can be obtained from these fish apart from flesh? So that's part of why we try to see, okay, what can the leather be produced from this particular set of fish?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think we got that very well. Viewers and listeners at home, you must have been hearing from the our research personnel, Dr. Lateef Akinwumi FOLORUNSO. He is a lecturer at the Department of Aquaculture and Fisheries on sabbatical leave here in University of Ilorin, better by far. And we have been discussing about the latest research and development in the agro waste utilization and apiculture. Now, the next question we shall be relating is that, some of this research, we tend to carry out research that does not actually conform with the farmer specification, because the farmers are actually facing challenges. If I mean fish, if I mean farmer, I mean the fish farmer and even the fishermen, because majority of them actually complain that we are facing challenges. Our fish are dying. There is high cost of feed. There is no male size regulation. At a point, there is no fish in Asa River. Is there a relationship between our research and some of these farmers? Do we create a synergy so that our research will actually meet their needs? Are we looking towards that?
Yes, thank you for that. We are looking towards that. In the last 1 week, one of my project students had to go and meet some fish farmers, and he met the president of fishermen in Kwara State. I can't remember I've forgotten his name. he met him, and while they were discussing, he was on his farm. He pointed out to her that they have snakehead fish, and they were culturing it. They were having challenges, and but one unfortunate incident happened. And what happened was that towards the end of the year, thieves came and they took away all the fish. But because he mentioned the fact that they are facing challenges, when I said, okay, let's on how to culture that fish. So one of the areas of research that I want to focus on is, okay, this snake egg, how can it be cultured artificially so that we can be able to rear it? And at times, since these fish they are coming from the wild, when you bring them from the wild, they might be shy, they might not take the feed that you are giving them, and it's also carnivorous. So one of the things we want to do now is, as a research to suit that farmer's need, is okay, how do we culture this snake edge with catfish in combination? We are looking at a situation where we introduce them together. We are thinking of this concept where you have some, maybe look at the example of children. There are times you have some children, they may not like particular food, but when they see a lot of other children eating
Eating
it,
that they
they,
also
they will also
will
they'll
be
be
willing
motivated
to
to
eat that
eat.
particular food.
So one of the things we want to do is, okay, if you get this snake head from the wild, after acclimatizing them, then disinfecting them, then okay, introduce them, culture them
Alongside
together
with catfish.
alongside with catfish. So, and if you feed them, what will be their growth performance? So we are going to have a situation where we'll have few snake head, more catfish, then equal number of snake head as catfish, then lesser catfish, more snake head. Will few catfish, will they be able to stimulate, to encourage them to eat? So at least if you're able to do that, we'll let that farmer know, okay, for a start, you can culture this fish in this manner. It will encourage them to eat, and once they eat and they grow, we can culture them up to maturity. So once we culture them up to maturity, we can be able to sex them. These are the males, these are the females. Then we can be able to think of, okay, how do we induce them to breed? So this is one of the areas we are working on in collaborating
Yeah,
with
thank you. We
those
appreciate
on the
that
field and in the
explanation.
industry.
You've only mentioned regarding the fisherman, the fish farmer. What about the fisherman? Do we have a synergy within the fishermen?
Yes. During the last World Fisheries Day, we went to Egegila site and we met with the fishermen there. Now, one very good thing that really gladdens my heart is the fact that the Kwara State government took census of the people fishing there.
Yes.
So we went there with the students. The security man did not want to allow us, but when we told him that we are from the university, we just want to see, he said because we have to come with an approval
Everything.
letter.
Yes,
But
everything.
we just explained to him that we are just passing, we just want to see there. So we went there, the fishermen there, one, as I said, commendation to the Kwara State government. They registered the fishermen there. Now, and we saw them catching fish. However, the fish that they are catching, a good number of them are of small sizes. So this is also an area that we need to look into. How do we improve on the sizes of fish that they will be catching? And some of the things that can be done is, the state government has done one by taking note of the number of fishermen. Then secondly is restricting them so that the fish will have enough time to grow, not that they will be fishing the place throughout the year. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Now, I think the next question we need to ask is that I was thinking, can we do a kind of advocacy program between all these actors, the fish farmers, the fishermen, and every other, and even the stakeholder, like a kind of a meeting day? So, do we need to call a kind of, maybe a kind of summit, or a kind of or meeting them or their monthly or quarterly, annually, so that we can actually let them know that, okay, we from the research area, we got you. There's a way, some of these your crisis, some of these your cry. There's a way we can actually provide solution. Do you think creating a meeting day will actually cushion this effect?
Yes. Well, as you have said, one of the things that can resolve issues is when you discuss. And when issues are not discussed,
There won't be way forward.
there will be way forward. So the stakeholders have to discuss. So we from the university will try with the HOD has it in one of his plans, as I discussed with him some days ago, that in some of the meetings of the fishermen and the fish farmers, once in a while we'll visit them just to attend their meetings, then go with some students, let them see how things are being done. So, and with that, it will create a platform of interaction between us. We'll be the first one to visit them. We cannot invite them.
They won't come.
It is
They are businessman.
their business, so their time is money. But we got to know that I think they meet every last Wednesday.
As far as fish farmer is concerned, because I happen to be the publicity secretary of Association of Fish Farmer in Kwara State.
That's great.
We meet every last Wednesday of the month. Every last Wednesday of the month is our meeting day from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. at our secretariat there in Egbejila. We call it Wazobia Junction.
ọ̀rẹ́ wa ohun àkàrà má bá wọn fi wé ti léèsì ìkànnì táyé ń wò ń sẹ̀ yìí Agripreneur Insight TV ni ìkànnì tó ń kọ́ni nípa bí a ti ń mọ̀ nípa ètò ọ̀gbìn ìgbàlódé ètò ọ̀gbìn ẹja àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ Fàdámà Junction Ajégúnlẹ̀ off Egbèjìlá road nílùú Ìlọrin nípínlẹ̀ Kwara ibẹ̀ la wà.
Just like I was saying, we meet every last Wednesday of the month. That is our Association of Fish Farmer in Kwara, AFAC, here in Ilorin. Every last Wednesday of the month. So we can just come to our secretariat. We appreciate you write a letter up front. Okay. Because we always meet every Wednesday too, like a kind of follow-up meeting, ESCO meeting, stakeholder meeting. So that we'll deliberate or the ESCO will look into that. But it will be good, just like you meet some of these actors, like the fish farmer, like the fisherman, so that we can actually know some of these research areas, some of this plan you have for the fisherman. Thank you. Just like I said, Agripreneur Insight TV. We are still tuning to your program and your lovely station, Agripreneur Insight TV. Agripreneur Insight TV is an online media platform that creates advocacy and awareness about food security in Nigeria. And the program is still research and development. And today on Focus on Research and Development, we are at the home base, that is the Department of Aquaculture and Fishery, here in Better by Far University of Ilorin. And we have been engaging our researcher in person of Dr. Lateef Akinwumi FOLORUNSO. He's on sabbatical from Ahmadu Bello University in Zaria. And we have been discussing, we have been engaging ourselves. Now, the next question we would love to ask is that, is it possible we the stakeholder, have a kind of a yearly routine or quarterly routine of the Department of Agriculture and Fisheries? Just like today now, you have a seminar presentation, pre-field reservation, so that we can actually invite some of those farmers too to actually partake in that regard. Then some of us who can actually, so that in that regard, we know that this particular topic you are doing is related to what I'm doing. I will be interested in the outcome of that particular research. Is it possible that you invite some of these stakeholders to your activities, and let us, is it possible for us to also have a kind of monthly or quarterly routine of the department?
Yes, this is a very good suggestion. It's a very good question, and it is not impossible. But sincerely, as I said earlier, what the head of department has in mind was a situation where we go to meet the farmers. But as we are bringing it up now, when I meet with him, I will also mute it to him that after we have met with the farmers, and you will agree with me, we cannot just go and invite farmers.
No, they won't come.
So, but after we have gone to meet them and they see us as part of them,
that's when they will be.
Then the relationship will be established. Then it will be easier to now tell them one of these days, okay, you two, we have been visiting you. Come and visit us
on so day.
On so day,
and displaying what they have done.
And our students will be displaying what they have done, and they will critique it. What needs to be removed, they will remove it. What they need to be added will be added. So I'll discuss with him and we'll work on that.
Yeah, thank you. On a final note, I want you to let us discuss about this topic, because we see some of our undergraduate and postgraduates saying this particular profession as a waste of time. the agriculture as a course, even now streamlined to aquaculture and fisheries. And some of us, we are doing wonderfully well in this particular field. Me, I used to talk more. Even though I will work, that means that will be something more juicy than what I'm doing. So I want you to advise our undergraduate and postgraduate, especially those in 500 level, because I see them as the next me, people that will actually do more than what I'm doing. If you don't really encourage them, some of them might not actually see the prospect, the opportunity in this particular course. Please, want to advise our undergraduate and postgraduates about the course?
Yes, fishes and aquaculture is a very good course. One, without food, the country will not develop. Without food, everybody will go out of the surface of the earth. And people cannot do without consuming animal protein, of which fish is of paramount. Now, having said that, the students, I advise them, one, whatever they are doing, they should be honest and hardworking in what they are doing. And I've given them several examples. So if they are honest and hardworking, there are challenges. But once they are honest and hardworking in what they are doing, right from their undergraduate, if they are honest, their colleagues will know that so person is honest. There are times when they graduate, some of them after graduating, they will not see each other for 20 years. But once they have worked together and they know that this person is a hardworking and honest individual, thank God there's this issue of internet, email, phones, and what have you, WhatsApp. If they don't see physically, they can also see virtually. So once they know themselves that this person is honest, if another one sees opportunity, he can easily bring the person, other friends on board. So the hard work is after he's honest, because that honesty is the first thing.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Just like I said, Agripreneur Inside TV is an online media platform that creates advocacy and awareness about food security. Our objective is to show agribusiness potential challenges and provide possible solution in the agricultural field. Just like we are doing today, we are doing a discussion on research and development. We need to improve on our research and development, and we also need to create a synergy between the fishermen and even the fish farmer, in line with the researcher, people from the university, people from the Ministry of Agri, people from different agencies. And we have done, and with me doing that is Dr. Lateef Akinwumi FOLORUNSO. We appreciate the time being given to us. Then lastly, Agripreneur Inside TV is an online media platform that some of us actually felt we need to start creating the media aspect of agriculture. We felt the entertainment guys are dominating the space. Within the next 1 minute that you pick your phone, you watch all kind of skits. But with what we are doing here now, it's more or less like a way of also adding value to our sector. What will you say regarding to this initiative by some of us?
One, I want to commend you for going into waters that has not been tested before. Well done. It's a very good one. God will continue to strengthen you. And I was also fortunate to be around when you commissioned the studio. So it's a very good thing. And looking at the fact that this generation that we now have now, they are more interested in visual and audio. So it's a very good thing for them, because most of them, they are not interested in reading. But if they can see something that they just watch within 2, 3, 5 minutes and it will sink in, it's a very welcome development. And you have tested, you are in two difficult terrains. One, competing with the entertainment industry. Two, capturing the youth that are not interested in agriculture that involves a lot of rigor. So it's a very, very commendable effort. I sincerely pray that God will continue to strengthen you.
Thank you very much. So let us end this on a final note. Can you please mention your name and your department and even your position to audience at home? And please subscribe to all our social media platform. We are on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, on Agripreneur Inside TV. Please, your name, sir.
Thank you. My name is Dr. Lateef Akinwumi FOLORUNSO from Samari College of Agriculture, Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, on sabbatical here at the Department of Aquaculture and Fisheries, University of Ilorin, Kwara State. Thank you.
Thank you. So lastly, on the final note, I remain my humble self, Alhaji Bashir Abdulrazak Owolabi, aka Akwabeshi. See you next time.
ọ̀rẹ́ wa ohun àkàrà má bá wọn fi wé ti léèsì ìkànnì táyé ń wò ń sẹ̀ yìí Agric Insight TV ni ìkànnì tó ń kọ́ni nípa bí a ti ń mọ̀ nípa ètò ọ̀gbìn ìgbàlódé ètò ọ̀gbìn ẹja àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ Fàdámà junction Ajégúnlẹ̀ off Ẹgbẹ̀jìlá road nílùú Ìlọrin nípínlẹ̀ Kwara ibẹ̀ la wà.